What is going on? And welcome back to another Riverside Ramona broadcast, where today we will be facing one of our biggest rivals in a very anticipated matchup for the next 4 years for these two teams between Modern Day. Obviously, it's Wick here with me today. We're playing a pretty good team, and Ramona needs to bounce back after about 4 straight losses, but they're going against a team who has a 4-game win streak. So we'll see. Are the streaks meant to be broken today or not?
Well, I mean, being here for Ramona, obviously we're hoping that that's the case. We get to see a great battle between two freshman quarterbacks here, Kyron Drones and Sean Bowe, and it's going to be a great battle here today. Sean Bowe, 11 touchdowns, 7 interceptions on the year. Kyron Drones, 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and the opening kickoff away to Ramona here in the pouring rain. So the run game is going to be important here today.
Absolutely. The last time we saw a rain game, we saw 2 rain games, I believe. I think the first one we saw was them against, I believe that was DePaul in their first game. We saw Kyron throw a pick, but he did bounce back and ended up winning that game, as we see drone stats here. Pretty decent, but, still at the bottom of the league in terms of quarterbacks in this league. So you gotta want a little bit more from him today. I think the second time we saw him play in the rain, I forget which team it was, but I do think that one was a win as well. So he does play pretty well in the rain, especially passing the ball. I think he has a couple deep balls. And there was a big change this week. They did move Ryan Williams into the secondary wide receiver spot. Firstly, to give him a better chance at getting open, and then also just because they just didn't really see a lot of production from him outside on the number 1 spot. So we'll see if that change helps them this week, as there goes Jones with a big catch there for about 12 yards to Devin Carrant. Definitely going to be big in this game today. They're going to need to get him the ball early and often, and especially get this run game working.
Yeah, this Ramona offense is probably, to start this drive, a big run there from Anton Bowe the second. But as I was saying, this offense is clicking right now. This isn't something we've seen the last 3 weeks of this losing streak that Ramona's had going on. If they can continue to play this way throughout the whole game, it's going to cause some problems. And if their defense can revert to their form from the beginning of the year, it's going to be a big game here for Ramona.
So you couldn't have said it any better. I think this is exactly how you expect us to get it out there to Kimmel, who gets 5 yards there, the tackle there by Jameson. Obviously this Mater Day team is really good. Seeing a former teammate actually, Bear Alexander, who switched sides. But also it's a team that doesn't get a lot of turnovers. They only have 2 on the year, 2 picks, and like you said, the way Ramona is driving this ball right now, it gives you, a little bit of flashbacks to when they were rolling, they were moving, and as Drones has to throw the ball away there. You're kind of hopeful that you're going to start to see, them pick it up again.
Yeah, as a young team, you're hoping they build on this, and Drones has a great pocket, throws outside, and the catch is completed right there by Keon Davis. And that's a guy to look for here. He's been solid all season. He's been quiet, but he's always there when we need the big catch. I feel like we're saying this week in and week out. He's not going to catch you big touchdowns. He's not going to score 70-yard plays, but he'll make that short out route. He knows his role, and he's going to catch that football 95% of the time. Watch the matchup up top. They'll hand it off to Bowe, and he'll pick up another big gain here. He's running all over him. 22 yards on 2 rushes so far. Look for him to have a big game here in the rain, as this Modern Day defense is struggling to contain him right now on only 2 rushes.
Yeah, and I think the big thing is, like you said, 2 rushes for 22. Last week he had 15 for 72. So obviously you're going to need a little bit more from your running back. There goes the throw from Drones. It was looking for Carrant there. Unfortunately got stopped up there by Jameson. Great defense, and they hurry up to the line. They're going to get right back into the single back here, which obviously we know it should more than likely get there to Bowe. And it does, and he does pick up a couple yards, but not enough. That it's 4th and 2 on the 24-yard line. So now for Ramona, I mean, we've seen them get a little, confident, and they take shots and take risks and go for it on 4th down. I don't know if they take it here, and they do actually. So we're gonna see. This is a big drive. This is a big play in the game already.
Yeah, this is a tone setter right here for either side. The momentum's going to swing. Ramona, they'll hand it off to Bowe. He's met, and he's stopped short. A great play there. Modern Day will take it over on the turnover on downs on their own 23-yard line. A huge stop to pick up the momentum here, and the drive stalls out, you'd rather, I mean, we can play the blame game all you want, but 4th and 2, you like to see it. You like to see your team go for it, but when they don't get it, it sucks, and you want to say they should have just taken 3. But here we're going to take a look at the opposing freshman quarterback, Sean Bowe, thrown for just over 2,000 yards this season, 11 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. And he picked up 137 yards on the ground. More of a passer, but we'll see how his offense fares today in the rain.
Yeah, and him and Drones, obviously they play in the same division, so they do talk a little bit. And this is one of the games that both of them have circled on their schedules. Both of them are excited to play each other. They're both pretty well competitors. They want to play each other all throughout the years, college to the pros, But it starts here, and this is one of the big games for both of them. They both want to get an edge on one or the other, and obviously both have really good teams. So it's gonna be a fun one. Gonna be a good one, and. Going back to just that 4th down, as that's a great pass there by Bo to get the 1st down. Just going back to that 4th down, I like what he saw. Obviously, we did see Bo get 2 yards in the last run, and then try to go back to him. Unfortunately, it wasn't there. Good stop there by Ruckus and Michkov, and there goes Jacob Williams, their running back, who did have 2 touchdowns last week, so he's gonna hope to continue his success. Yeah, what are the keys to success for this Ramona defense, who's been stalling over the past couple weeks?
They have to do a better job of getting to the quarterback, in my opinion. You've watched the games, very limited sacks, very limited pressure in the pocket. Here's a run, and it's shut down. A great tackle there. But getting to the quarterback, getting in the backfield, and even just applying some pressure. They don't have to sack him. They don't have to hit him. Just make him force some throws here, and that's what they've been lacking these last few weeks, which is going to transform this defense.
Absolutely, and as we saw, both these defenses on either side are both around the top 10 in defensive stats. As we see Elliott there with a huge catch to get the 1st down, and unfortunately, that's going to give another 1st down as they're on the other side of the field now. But as you said, both defenses are really great, and you gotta hope this D line comes alive. We've seen a lot of big plays from Hart. We've seen a lot of big plays from Love and Dello. Suck obviously has been great, phenomenal this season, but the sack totals have definitely dropped off as Williams takes a big run there for 9 yards. It's become 2nd and 1, and here comes Modern Day knocking on the door here.
Yeah, this is what this game is likely going to look like. Lots of short throws, lots of pounding this rock, and it's going to be a battle in the trenches. Bo drops back, he'll throw, and wide open there. Michkov with another tackle on the day. The catch there. Gonna keep setting them back behind the chains.
Yeah, there's Kisling, pretty well-rounded receiver. One of Bo's favorite targets. He's gonna get the ball to him a lot as he tries to get it to number 3 there. Michkov was there on the coverage, was a little bit behind, but luckily, that's one of the downfalls of a rain game. We will see some overthrows, a little bit of underthrows, and that was one of them on the game that probably could have been a touchdown right there for Modern Day. Here's Bo, takes the snap. He's going to drop back, and he's wide open. He gets it back to his target, and it's going to be 7 on the board for Modern Day. It's a tough one. Eric Baker, what a catch.
Yeah, for Baker, that's going to be his 1st touchdown of the year. A great throw. Threads the needle between 3 defenders, and he's going to find his way into the end zone. And barring this PAT, it'll be 7-0 Modern Day. And Ramona's got to come down and capitalize and put some points on the board here, or this game could get very out of hand very quickly.
That's the second week in a row they've given a wide receiver his 1st touchdown of the year. I think that's a big confidence booster for Baker, who obviously didn't have one on the year, and now he gets to see himself on the scoreboard. They drew up 2 plays. I don't know if it was specifically to him, but he did beat the defense on both of those plays, and it's pretty huge that he made that play. As here goes Ramona on the kick return. They're going to get down to the 28. And, yeah, I think the last drive was really good. I think the only thing that they struggled with in order to sustain it was just, lack of production on the run game in those last 2 plays. But I think as long as they stay the course, they still have a chance. Here they go empty here. So we're going to see Drones in his arm trying to make a play.
And that one's going to go back to the house, the 3rd pick of the year for Modern Day. Pick 6, and that is exactly what you wanted to not see. Shutter Island, his 1st interception on the year, is going to put Modern Day up, and it's just a back shoulder throw. It's a beautiful read. grabs it without missing a step, and he waltzes into the end zone, no contesting, and hits a little dance there. They're wilding up, and they're riled up on that sideline. Mater Dei up 14-0.
That's the thing that you kind of wanted to expose with Ryan Williams. You put him on the side where you thought you would have the better matchup, and Shadow Island says absolutely not. I'm one of the best corners in this league, and I'm going to show it. And he did just right. He did just right there. Big play by him, and shocking. First play out, they run empty and they throw a pick. Not what you want. Definitely not the confidence that your team needs right now. Very unfortunate, but here comes Ramona. Here comes Keon Davis back here on the return. He gets it down to the 25-yard line. And, yeah, you need something better than that for this next drive.
Yeah, the only good thing here, he doesn't have time to really sit on it and dwell on it. He's right back out there, and he's going to throw the ball here again as he winds back, and he'll find his completion there to Keon Davis, who, once again, has been, in recent weeks, it feels like their biggest receiver. They need some guys to wake up. But, they can't dwell on that interception. They got to just get back down the field, put their head down, and work to get themselves back in this one.
Jones on the play action, and he's going to loft one deep. Oh, my. And just yards away with a throw. Triple coverage. Pretty crazy pass there by Jones, but you had trust in Kimmel. Kimmel looked like he almost came down with it. Unfortunately, didn't. And here goes the third down play. He gets it right back to Kimmel. He's open on the out route at the 40-yard line. It's the first down for him. Big play.
Yeah, that first down's big there. The triple coverage throw maybe a bit questionable, but this is Kimmel's first game playing in that wide receiver 1 slot. He's had a solid season. And here the handoff's to Bo, and he'll run for 10 there. They'll mark him just shy of the first. And I think you need more of that. He's averaging more than 5 yards a carry at the moment, and you just got to keep feeding your hot hand.
Yep, and they do. Oh, they do not. They run the play action, which is pretty smart here. There goes Drones. Runs right into a sack. And right into the arms of Bear Alexander, the former Ram. Big sack there, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, that'll be Barrett Alexander's 6.5 sack on the year. He's just had a phenomenal season on a team that's having their way with a lot of their opponents this season. 5-2, they're trying to get out of here 6-2, and we'll head to the end of the first quarter. Mater Dei up 14-0.
We are back in the second quarter with Ramona on the 3rd and 6 after the sack we saw from Bear Alexander. Jones is going to take the snap. He's going to drop back, sees, and he throws it at the feet of Devin Carrant, who was open, but unfortunately Jones could not get the ball to him. That's 2 failed drives, 3 failed drives actually, if you think about it. The pick, the missed throw, and then going for it on 4th down where they had points. And, now Mater Dei has a chance to blow this lead wide open to a 21-point lead, which, as we've seen, Ramona does not do very great with coming back from behind.
Yeah, this is the most important drive of the game so far, and it could be the most important drive of the game, period. And you don't normally see that early in the second quarter, but Ramona's offense has been struggling. The defense only giving up 7 points so far after that pick 6, but a run here and it gets stopped after a gain of around 7 or 8. And they need this defense to come up big and force a punt here. They cannot give up points.
As much as you want to punt, I think a turnover would look even better. As we saw, a lot of I think last week, playing SJB, that the pick really hurt Ramona closer to the end of the game. And, like we saw, Mater Dei just walked in and got a pick, and it gave him all the boost and all the juice in the world to, give him more confidence. And I think that's what Ramona really desperately needs. We saw that in the SM game where Ruckus and Trappers were getting picks as Bo was going to take a deep, deep ball. Open, oh my, what a stop there by Ruckus. And could have been a huge play for Mater Dei. Unfortunately, was not able to be caught. And as we see, both these quarterbacks are competing. They're both trying to make plays as Bo's going to hand it off to Williams. Williams has nothing but daylight. He's going to get about 12 to 13 yards. And 1st and 10.
See, this is kind of what the woes of Ramona's defense have been. If they can stop the pass, they can't stop the run. If they can stop the run, they can't stop the pass. And teams have just kind of come in and walked all over them. And they're going to have to tighten up here as the snap. He'll drop back. He's looking. Bo throws over the middle, and it's caught there. And this is what we're talking about here. Can't stop the run, can't stop the pass, and it's just a methodical drive down the field.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Great play there to number 17, Kissling again. And here they are, right here, almost in the scoring range at the 35-yard line. I'm sorry. And here goes Bo. He's gonna take the snap, drops back, looks wide open. Baker gets about 9.5 as a second in inches from Mater Dei. And yeah, when you look at this offense, as far as their weapons, obviously we saw Kissling, we have Baker. Who else really stands out for you?
As far as this offense, Damari Elliott, he's got 537 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's had a pretty solid year for their offense. And even Jacob Williams, 6 touchdowns on the ground, 438 rushing yards, and a receiving touchdown. This offense has been well balanced all the way around, and they're showing it here today how good they are. Was that throw into the feet there, and Matt Michkov on the coverage, he's had his name all over this game so far.
Absolutely, you gotta hope that he can try to make a play as Mater Dei takes a separate page out of the book of Ramona and actually goes for the kick instead of going for it, and it's good. So 17-0. Not completely out of reach. Obviously, we still have multiple quarters to go, but if you're a Ramona team and you want to try to fight back against this game, it's got to be right here, right now. As we just saw, we're already with 8 minutes left in the game, and we just saw the second drive. So, 8 minutes of this quarter. And there goes Davis, who gets them down to the 26-yard line on the kick return. And it's going to come down to whether or not Ramona's ready to score points. I think that's what it's going to come down to. This defense is only going to give you so much, but when you consistently don't give them anything to fight for and they're consistently out there, just playing multiple snaps, it's not going to help. As Bo gets there, 8 yards, Roberts there on the tackle. It's got to start with Bo, and I like the shots they're taking. I just think when you take shots like that, you gotta complete those plays because those are big plays that you're gonna need. There goes Williams there, huge catch, 1st and 10. Much needed energy. This is the energy we saw from them around the first drive. They were moving it offensively, rushing and running. Running and passing the ball. Unfortunately, got stalled close to the end. There goes the play action. Drone's gonna fumble, and Mater Dei is going to pick it up. Bo couldn't pick it up cleanly, and Mater Dei now has a fumble and a pick on the day. Not a great look for Ramona. Very, very unfortunate. Let's see whether the defense responds.
Yeah, funny enough, Mater Dei has now doubled their turnovers gotten from their defense here. It's just a great tackle. Bo runs past it, trying to scoop it up and make a play. Just can't pick it up. And Mater Dei just jumps on the ball, falls on it. And now great field position here for Mater Dei as they're taking a snap on the 33-yard line of Ramona. And a touchdown here could put this game away already.
Yep, it's going to be tough. If there's a defense that can do it, I think they can. It's just whether or not, they can get to their spots, as we saw right there. Ruckus got a little beat on the inside. It was a great throw by Bo. Still not currently, I don't think they're in the field goal range exactly yet. There goes Williams. Great tackle there by Moore and Mackey together. 3rd and 3. A stop here would be huge for a moment.
Yeah, they need it here in field goal range now as Mater Dei. To hold them to 20 here would be huge as Bo steps back. A quick throw. It's bobbled around and dropped. A chance to be picked there as that ball was staying in the air for a while. And if you're Mater Dei, you're going to take the 3 points, but kind of disappointing based on where they started this drive, having it on in Ramona territory to begin with. And to lead with 3 here when you could have had 7 is rough, but they'll extend their lead to 20-0 over Ramona here in the second.
Good thing is the turnover did give up points, but it didn't give up the points that you expected. Only 3. There's still a chance. Ramona did kick. Ramona received the ball first. So, unfortunately, they will not have a chance at really a 2-for-1. But a score here could do numbers for them, especially motivation going into the second half. As there goes Davis, who gets them to the 30-yard line this time. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from Bo. Unfortunately, the turnovers just hit Ramona very, very hard. As we see, this is almost back-to-back games. We see them just give up multiple turnovers in games. There goes Bo with a huge run, almost down the sideline. Tries the stiff arm, gets to the 46-yard line. And Bo already is about 4 yards away from eclipsing his rushing total from last week, which is great. But unfortunately, the scoreboard says otherwise.
Yeah, Anton Bose had a great game here. Drones has turned the ball over twice. I wouldn't be surprised to see them put the rock in his hands. You're not really worried about time as much right now. And here it comes to Bo, and another huge run there. He's going to pick up 12 to 13 there, averaging over 10 yards a rush now. I mean, how can you not just put the ball in his hands and let this talented young back eat?
He couldn't have said any better. Like you said, he had 15 for 72 last week. Already had 8 for 81. I don't know if that's a testament to how hungry he is or how bad, the defense has been. Unfortunately, there goes Davis. Gets it down to the 2-yard line. Great throw by Drones. Beautiful, beautiful play. As we said, he's not going to score touchdowns, but that was a close one right there. And that's just a great way of being a wide receiver 3 and knowing your role in the slot. Getting open on the inside, finding the seam. A beautiful throw. And we have a first and goal. I think now you got to give the ball to Drones. I mean, not Drones. I'm sorry. Give the ball down to Bo. Unfortunately, he's not in the game. It's Tanking in the game. And let's see if he can get in. So Tanking does get in, and it is 7. Well, barring the extra point, currently is 6 to 20. But a huge momentum boost from Broner right there.
Yeah, that's Aaron Tanking's first touchdown of the season. A big one there as he finds a way in. A massive people standing on that goal line. He pushes his way in. And Ramona stays alive in this game. They needed points there. Came up with a huge rushing drive from Anton Bo II. Unfortunately, he wasn't the one that he was able to cap it off there. But that's what you need. That's momentum. Your defense has to come out here and get the stop and get you the football back in good field position. If they can do that, I like Ramona's odds here of having a chance to battle back in this. But what you can't do here is give up a touchdown. You cannot let them match. You got to hold them to at least 3 at the max.
And I think the best thing about that drive was it was 4 plays, 71 yards or 72 yards, and it only took 2 minutes off the clock, which is great. So there's still a chance for Ramona to possibly get this ball back, which would be huge for them to score. Possibly 3, even if 7 would be great, but possibly 3 would be awesome as well. As we see, they send a blitz at Bo. Bo finds the open man, and it's Baker who's been showing up huge, and that's 2nd and 3 for Mater Dei. And here goes Bo again. Running the looks true clock right now. Here goes Williams open. Almost found a lane. Unfortunately, was not open for very long. And there goes Trappers. It's 3rd and 2 as he only gets a yard.
Lining up here, looking like they're going to run it here, but they'll run it down to the 2-minute warning. Ramona getting a stop here could be huge if they can, especially if they can get this stop, go down the field and score some points. We'll see what the look is here. We'll see if they'll run or pass as Bo gets ready to take the snap. He'll motion across. He'll take the snap. He drops back, look for the screen, pumped it over the middle, swatted down. And Ramona, right there, that was Khalik Trappers with the deflection, laying down the hammer. And Ramona's got 3 timeouts and 1:56 here to take this ball down the field and at least pick up 3. They need to make it a 2-score game here, though.
Absolutely, and great punt there. They're going to get on the 11-yard line. That man right there has nearly saved this game, it looks like. And, what was once seeming like a gloomy day, weather-wise and Ramona-wise, is looking on the up if Ramona can get a score here. And this is exactly what you expect right now. You're going to trust on your young quarterback and hope he can make a play.
One overthrown out of bounds here. They've got to go 89 yards. 3 timeouts. This is a stressful situation for a young quarterback to be in, and you're hoping that he can get it done. He'll drop back and throw over the middle. A big hit there. And once again, Keon Davis makes the catch. They'll call the timeout. And 1:40 on this clock. They got to be a bit more efficient here. They got to start getting some big chunk plays if they want a chance at some points here to end the quarter.
Yep, here it is, 3rd and 1. I like the use of the timeout. I think they probably maybe could have saved it There goes another play there to Davis. These plays are not going to get it done if they want to score. But nonetheless, they do get the first down. Here goes Jones, drops back again. He's going to look over the middle of the field to Ryan Williams. Unfortunately, could not have made that tackle from 43. They're going to take another timeout. It's a minute and 11 on the clock. I don't like the clock usage right now. Still a minute left, but you may be looking at no timeout, so you haven't even crossed the 50 at this point.
Yeah, it's a rough set here as Jones drops back. He's got plenty of time. He throws it up. It's a catch on the sideline, and that's going to be a first down. A fantastic catch for Kimmel there. Keeps his feet in bounds, and that's going to save a timeout and move him a good 20 yards down the field. A fantastic toe tap grab, and that's going to give Ramona a greater chance here at picking up some points as they approach midfield.
Absolutely great play there. Here goes Jones. He's going to drop back. Sees Ryan Williams over the middle. Unfortunate that he had to be in bounds, but they do go with the ball and do not call a timeout. Jones here go again, drops back, looking, doesn't see anything. Finally finds Bo, who unfortunately goes out of bounds with no gain instead of trying to fight for a first. Very interesting play there. But here we go again. As you see that little soft spot right there for Devin Corrant, easily open for an out route or possibly something more. As there goes Jones with a huge throw to Williams. He goes inside. He breaks a tackle. He's at the 20-yard line. No timeout from Ramona at the current moment. 30 seconds left on the clock. No real hurry to get on the ball as Ryan Williams is signing the football. Very confident. What a great play there. I mean, catches it, sees his man, breaks off. Unfortunately, should have stayed more sideline, but goes inside. And now we have 23 seconds left on the clock for Ramona. Clock's still ticking. Jones has the ball, drops back, looking, sees Davis. Davis doesn't go out of bounds. Nearly there on the 1-yard line. They're going to line up and go for it.
Once again, Keon Davis there with the big play to get him down. But if you're Ryan Williams, just to have the awareness, you got to stay outside on that play. Luckily, it looks like it might work out. Jones drops back, corner route overthrown. They won't call the flag there. No defensive PI. They rule 9 seconds, second and goal. Ramona has to throw to the end zone here. Anything short of that, they're not going to have enough time. Jones looking, throws, and he'll just throw it away out of bounds. He looked like he had him earlier. Decided to not throw it, and here he'll throw it out of bounds, and they'll line up for the field goal here. A disappointing end to this fantastic drive here as the kick is up and good. And with 2 seconds left, Ramona makes it 20-10, but honestly, you would love to see some more right there. So it looked like some missed throws. Kyron Jones looked nervous to throw that ball. It looked like he had Anton Bowe on the rollout. He looked wide open for the touchdown. And he just doesn't find him. But that'll take us to half. 20-10 is your score. Mater Dei leads. And they'll get the ball here at the half.
Back, folks, and here we are getting ready to kick off the second half. The kick over. We just saw a fantastic drive by Ramona. Unfortunately, was unable to cap it off with a touchdown, but did get 3. Both of those plays, like you said, he's had Bo early. Kind of got a little antsy in the pocket, and then on the play before that, as we saw on the screen, Kimmel was open on the out route, and unfortunately just didn't throw to either one of them. So, unfortunate. Definitely a chance to take a bigger chunk out of this lead. But here we go. It's back to the defense. As here goes Bo. He's going to drop back. Looks like he goes screen. Williams, nobody in front of him. And finally gets stopped there. But it is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line for Mater Dei. Great start to this draft for them.
Yeah, that's huge, especially with Ramona seeming to pick up some momentum there, scoring, I think, 10 straight points. That's a big play there to just get a first down on your first play with the screen call. It shakes off some tackles there, too, and this Ramona D needs to stop if they're going to stand a chance. Mater Dei looking to bury them, put some points on the board, and just keep expanding their lead.
Absolutely, and if you're Ramona, you want to play smart, you want to play sound right here. Your offense clearly is on their way to getting, ramping up as there goes Rome with a huge stop in the backfield. 4-yard tackle for loss for Rome, and he says, not today. Great play. Like you said, the offense has momentum. If you can just put them back on the field, you have a great chance at, taking more out of this lead as long as they're, still locked in. This defense has slowly shown flashes of, back to their normal selves. As there goes Carter Hart and Ruckus there, who make another tackle for loss, as it's now 3rd and 15 on the play. And there we go. There goes the pressure that you said, forcing them to make bad throws, and he's doing that.
Yeah, this is what this line looks like when they're playing well. They get inside, they get in the backfield and cause havoc. And this is what allowed them, when you go back and watch the other games, all the interceptions that they've picked up, that's what it allows for them. Bo's going to have to throw. It's there. And Trappers with the tackle. It'll be short, 4th and 4. And this Ramona defense comes up big time in the clutch here. Ramona's going to get the ball back, and this offense needs to come down and score. They have to keep shrinking the lead if they want any chance at winning this. And this punt looks like it's going to come out pretty short, down at the 27-yard line, and Hiron Drones and this offense are taking the field again. And I think the main key here, keep the ball in Anton Bo's hands. When he's been running, he's been perfect so far. And here we see the turnover troubles there with Drones today, and the ball's a little wet. You can blame it on that, but he's just got to be more focused. And it looks like he's locked himself in here as they'll line up to start this critical drive.
Like you said, I think, both of them have been great. And there goes the fumble. Oh, unfortunate. Very, very, very fortunate for Ramona. Almost had a chance at another fumble. There goes Bennett Alexander. Whew, man. Could have been scary.
What a hustle play there from Anton Bo and Devin Carant to jump on top of that ball to keep Ramona the chance. But we talked about the turnover troubles with Kyron Drones today, and another ball he'll drop, and they'll just hand this rock to Bo, see what he can do, and it's not going to be much. He'll pick up 3. 3rd and 22, they're going to need a miracle here. This is a disappointing drive in a critical moment of the game where they need points. They need to start killing this lead down, otherwise they're going to be stuck behind the whole game. But Drones drops back, and he'll throw the check down, kind of accepting defeat there as Devin Carant stood up. And the punt team's going to come out here as Roberts had shut him down there.
The thought process, obviously they did go play action, hoping that they would bite on the run. Unfortunately, they didn't, as they haven't, early in this game, they've really only bit on the play action about one time this entire game. Decent enough punt, gets down to the 41. But yeah, no, I think you got to start it off with a run, as we saw, or at least if you're going to go pass, go screen or something. Something to draw the defense. Not, completely destroy your quarterback like that. As we saw, he's already had 1 fumble today. He has 2. Fortunately, you recover the other one. But that's just not the play, I think. And it's a drive killer. As we saw there, he tried to get to Kissling. Kissling tried to reach out one-handed. No catch there, as it's 2nd and 10. And last drive, we saw Ramona go with more of a speedy line, as we saw them have Hart, we had Suck, and they had, I believe, Rome, but they had no Dello, or I'm sorry, no Love, which is interesting, taking out one of the big guys. It did work, but this time they do put in Love and Dello. Oh, I'm sorry, no Dello. They're just running the 3-man, it looks like, at the current moment. No 4, and it's been working. It's given them a lot more pass coverage. They've been doing pretty well. And, there goes a big catch there by number 11. I believe that's the tight end there.
Yeah, big catch there, and that's just not what you can give up. Your defense is playing so well, and just a rough first down to give up, especially when you make, there's 2 unforced errors from Mater Dei there. It's Sean Bowe overthrew twice, and a flag here. We're going to see what it is, and a false start on the offense here. It's going to push him back, and, as much as you like to see those yards come back, it's still a first down and 15. Ramona's defense needs to lock it up here if they want to get their team back in this game.
Here we go, 1st and 15. They run the screen pass to Williams, and they do rally to the football. That's a great play, great yards by them. I believe it's about 11 or 12 right there, six right there. I don't know, that's 11 or 12. Sorry, 6 yards right there. 2nd and 9, and here we are. Bo drops back, grabs the ball again. He's going to run. Oh, wow. And he had a touchdown to Williams. Unfortunately, overthrows it. I think that's a little bit of the rain right there. I think his first read was run and saw Williams a little bit late. As now we see Wika, the middle linebacker, drops onto the line, drops back immediately. Bo, he's going to look. He sees a man. There's Williams. 4th and 5. That's a great stop by Ramoma.
And Matvey Mishkov with the wrap up there. He had some problems with that earlier this season where he's bouncing off guys. Make sure to wrap him up there, and they'll force a punt. And this Ramona defense has come alive here, and they're going to get the offense back on the field. Look for Anton Bow. They need to get Anton Bow involved, as they'll get the ball in their own 16 here. They've got time. They have plenty of time, down 10. Get a nice sustained drive going, get some momentum, and get yourself back in this football game. And Kyron Jones, like we said, he's not had the greatest game so far. Dropping the football, some hesitant on some of his reads, and I'd love to see Anton Bow touch the ball here.
Absolutely. As much as I try to advocate for Jones, they are going to keep the ball in his hands. I guess keep the confidence going. He gets a great pass there to Carrant for 7. As much as I've been advocating for Jones and how well I think that he's played in these moments, he has just not given you what you needed. And whether it's because the offensive line isn't playing well or he isn't playing well, both sides, I think you just got to let your offensive line, give them the easier assignment of running the ball. As there's 30 inches back to Carrant. Great play. But yeah, I think it has to start going to Bo. He's been the reason why we're even still in this game with his run plays. I get Drones did give us a great drive in the end of that second quarter, but give it to your running back. He's been making plays. As there goes Bo, who makes a great play for a first down.
Yeah, that very easily could have been a tackle for loss. Like we've seen a lot on these short yardage runs that Ramona's gone with, but Bo with some good vision bounces outside, able to pick up 3 or 4 yards, pick up the first down, and keep the drive going. And Drones will just hand it right back off, and he shrugs off a tackle and he'll fall forward there. 2nd and 8 upcoming, but again, another play that could have been a really bad tackle for loss there ends up being a positive gain. And Drones gets ready to take the snap, and he'll hand it right back to the hot hand, and Bo finds a hole up to 3rd and 4, and it'll be interesting to see, will they give him the rock again here?
As we've seen the coach love to go with these short field runs. I think he might put the ball in Drones' hand, as he does, and he finds a man. No, unfortunately not. He had the man, but that's 4th and 4, and if I'm Ramona, I feel like you got to take a shot. I know it's close. They don't. They go for the punt, but yeah, no. Your defense can only give you so many stops. I mean, you've gotten 2 in spots where you probably shouldn't have gotten any, and you got to give them a chance.
A beautiful punt right there, down to the Mater Dei 18. And that was a huge stop there for Mater Dei's defense as they had started to get run over. Bo had started to take over, and big stop there. They get the offense back on the field to try and score some more points. They go play action, a deep ball, they got him. And Michkov will combine there with Trappers on the tackle, but a huge chunk play there. They've been looking for that as Kissling. He's had his name all over this game in the receiving, and just burns his corner off the line. It is Trappers that get burnt, and they were lucky they run that deep safety. Otherwise, that was gone for a touchdown.
This is really reminiscent of the early Ramona. Great defense, great play actions, great throws. Credit to Mater Dei for being able to sustain these drives. As there goes another big pass there, number 11, the tight end, Shockey. Yeah, great plays by them. They've been able to sustain the run and the pass. They've withstanded all of the stops by Ramona, and they're still driving. As here goes Williams. Big stop there with Mackey, and I believe that's Holmes over there on the stop. Great play by them.
This Ramona defense has come alive, though. Even though that chunk play, they give it up. They're still looking good here as Mater Dei is going to take this to the end of the quarter here. We're entering the 4th. Points here could put it away. A touchdown for sure. But, I mean, Ramona's defense is giving them a chance here, and they got to take advantage. The offense has to get it together here if they want a chance. But look to this defense to get a big play here. A turnover, a stop, anything here will be huge.
And I think the unfortunate circumstances that you think about, hindsight obviously is 2020, but when you think, had Ramona just taken that 3, they'd only be down 7 in this game, which is a lot more manageable than being down 10 in the 4th quarter. Still got to score, but the pressure's lifted when you can tie the game rather than only scoring 10. You're still down 3. But here we are, 3rd and 7. The motion to Baker. Bo's gonna look. He drops. They do get the stop. Looked like it could have been a fumble there. Unfortunately, he did not fully catch the ball. So it is 4th and 7. A great stop by the defense.
And that's Wika there. He leads the team in tackles by a lot. A long field goal attempt coming here on the logo. The kick is up. And it's good. What a kick from the logo. It's good. They lead 13 now. Ramona needing 2 touchdowns to catch up here in the 4th. That's a big kick in this game. And, I mean, but your defense is giving you everything you asked for. The last 3 drives, they get up 3 points. And as the offense, you got to get it together here and pick up your defense and score a touchdown here. Take some pressure off.
This is the time. This is the time where you have to block out all of the past mistakes, everything you've done, and you got to give it your best foot forward in this 4th quarter if you're Drones. Your team is in a 4-game losing streak. You haven't played exceptionally well. You haven't even played exceptionally well today. But they need you right now. They're going to need quick scores. Obviously, Bo's been cooking, but you got to get quick scores. There we go. Finds Corrant. Easy pass. 7 yards. Again, you got to continue with those repetitive plays. And I like the coach's game plan here where he's just giving him quick passes, getting him, his confidence back because they're going to need, as much as they're going to need Bo, they're going to need their quarterback to be in position to make plays. So there goes the screen. Great play there. It's just a first down. Hall wide open.
And as we've seen here, I mean, Drones has not had a bad day through the air. 200 passing yards, just, I mean, think about it. Keon Davis stopped on the 1-yard line 2 different times and blown up on the screen. Lucky he doesn't fumble that one. And Bennett Alexander has just had his fingerprints all over the backfield. He's been there present. Pretty sure he's knocked out both fumbles. And it's been a rough day in the pocket for Kyron Drones as he's scrambling around and he'll just have to throw it away there as no one seemed to get open there. He had plenty of time in the pocket. 3rd and 17, they need it bad. This is 4-down territory at this point though. You might see them throw a little shorter here, throw short of the sticks. And Drones will hand it off to Bo, and an interesting decision there, 4th and 14. And is Ramona going to punt the football here?
Nah, but I think with a play like that, I think you're trying to give your punter a better chance at a punt. I could see them still going for it here. I think that's the smart play. They don't go for it. So now every bit of the pressure is on this defense, who not only have to make a stop, we have to expect this offense to come back out and score 2 times. And I just don't know if it is possible, but crazier things have happened, so we have to keep up hope.
Yeah, I mean, Ramona's defense has looked good here, and a good punt is going to help him out, but I mean, you have to expect some running the clock here from Mater Dei, just recognizing the situation. You're up 2 scores. You've got the chance to run this ball out. Why not do it, right? Kick him outside and throw the check down. A big hit there for Wika, 2nd and 5. But this clock's going to keep ticking and ticking and ticking, and time is not on Ramona's side here. We fall below 8 minutes, 2nd and 5, and Sean Bo looking. They'll shift in motion. Shockey, they'll take the snap. Bo looking. Look, pocket holds up the deep ball. It's caught! Oh no! They say he stepped out. Ruckus on the coverage. It looked like he got beat up top, but they'll hurry to the line here. And they're looking here. 3rd and 5, a critical down for the defense. Bo steps back, he'll throw, and it's there! Wika with the tackle, but not soon enough. Baker secures the first down there. And Wika's had his paws all over this. He's had a lot of tackles today like he has all season. But Ramona needed that stop there. As Sean Bo looking now. Motion's over. He'll take the snap, looking, drops back, he'll throw the drag and take there for a 2-yard gain. Bo's had a great game so far. Throwing the football. They've had a great game running the football. And they've just had a great game in general here. Bo takes the snap and will hand off. And a huge run off to the races. Shrugs Michkov off, and he's tackled down at the 36-yard line. A huge run for Jacob Williams, and that might be the dagger in this Ramona defense. And look at the stiff arm there. Puts Michkov on his face. Dribbles him like a basketball there. And just a great run is likely going to put Ramona High School away here.
Yeah, unfortunately, that might be it. As they're going to give it back to Williams. Wika tries to make a stop. Wika and Love do get the stop at 2nd and 5. Yeah, when you look at this game, I think there's two things that come to mind. Lack of offense and turnovers. Same thing as last week. Lack of offense and turnovers. 2 turnovers compared to 0 turnovers on the other side of the ball is not going to get it done. And as we're seeing right now, the modern day offense is really clicking. As we've seen, this is a team that's on a 4-game win streak, probably on to 5. Ramona on a 5-game losing streak. Needs some type of spark to get them going again. Could have been a pick there by Dukes. Great defense on Shockey. But yeah, there's got to be some adjustments that needs to be made for Ramona moving forward. 2 turnover games are not going to be able to get you wins in this league.
Still a chance here if they can hold them to 3, as it'll be 16 points. An opportunity for Ramona. However, this game is most likely the nail in the coffin's already been sealed with that big run earlier from Jacob Williams. As will take this snap. A first down here would certainly ice it. He'll drop back and he's looking. He goes end zone. He comes down with it. Touchdown, Modern Day. And that is going to be the nail in the coffin. Jacob Kisling gets his touchdown after a phenomenal game that he's had. And just what a throw by Bo. The patience gets up over Kalik Trappers, I believe. And oh no, it's not Trappers. But what a catch on his head. And for Kisling to just the exclamation point here. And they're going to go for 2. Here, a questionable decision, up 19 already. Bo will drop back and he's looking and it's going to fall incomplete. But, yeah, that's Ramona's done here. And the woes continue for this team. And Modern Day going to take a huge divisional matchup. And they're going to end this week 6-2. Ramona going to be 4-5. Not really what was expected after their start. As we see Keon Davis on the return here, had some room. He'll get stuffed at the 30. But something's got to change here for Ramona. It's not working. Especially for a team that started the year off so well. It's hard to see them struggle like this. The defense has played well. They give up some huge chunk plays in that last drive and a throw there to Devin Parent. But it's just not good enough for Ramona here. As Drones takes the snap and he'll look. Dropping back, he'll throw the flat down. And it's 3rd and 6. They'll go to the hurry up. Still have some hope, I guess. Drones will drop back. Looking, he throws and it's knocked away. Could have been an interception there by Malone, but this game is over.
Yeah, I feel like every week we come on here, it's crazy. It feels like damn near it's an announcer curse at this point. Since we started announcing these games, unfortunately, Ramona has just yet to find their stride, and it's hard to pinpoint one exact reason because last week it was more of the run game that was killing them. I feel like this week it was more of the turnovers. Great play there. Obviously, they have the spotlight. They have great players like Davis who have been performing well. But some of your better players have to start, waking up. Players like Williams, players like Kimmel. Bo finally found his stride today. Unfortunate that they couldn't get the ball to him more. But, yeah, when you're a Ramona team like this who surged and, kind of surpassed expectations as far as, like, what they expected you to be. Good screen pass. Wish you would have saw that earlier in this game. Yeah, as you look at what you've done and what you've accomplished earlier in the season, and then to drop 5 straight games, going from one of the leaders in the division to now being, I believe, still 2nd. They were still in the playoff spot last time we checked. May drop out after a game like this, but you need a little bit more from your team, and it's the time is now. You don't have much time left. You got to get a win. You got to get it now.
Yeah, but what I feel like we should not get lost here in this game is Keon Davis, the wide receiver 3's excellent game, 8 receptions, I believe 115 yards, an overthrow to Kimmel there. They'll go for it. 55 seconds left. This would just be a moral victory at this point to score a touchdown here. As Drones will drop back. He's got Corrant, who's going to catch it. Too little, too late, however. I mean, it's a morale boost in a way, but just to keep losing games like this, you not show up in the moment you need to, show up at the end of the game. It's rough. It's rough to see. For Corrant, that is his third touchdown of the season, and I mean, I'm not sure they care all that much right now. Is just a rough stretch here. I mean, Drones 11 touchdowns now in the season passing, but 7 interceptions. It's not good enough. It's not good enough from the whole team though. We've seen the defense fall off. The onside kick will be easily recovered there, and you just have to assume Mater Dei is going to take some knees and end this game here. But it's just not been good enough all around. Carter Hart has gone invisible. The whole D line in reality has kind of gone invisible. The secondary gets beat in critical moments all the time. It feels like now it's not good enough from every single person. Some of it's play calling, some of it's the play on the field, and something's got to change. Whether it's personnel, whether it's the coaching staff, whether it's schemes or any of that. Something's got to change here, but don't let that overshadow the fantastic game that Mater Dei had here today, forcing 2 turnovers. Sean Bowe, an excellent game today. Same with Jacob Williams, Jacob Kisling, and JJ Shockey. They all showed out big today. Ramona still holding on to some hope, I guess, here as they're calling their timeouts as they're running the ball out here. I guess Ramona believes they've got a chance, and a big upending tackle there from You Suck. But like we said, it's just too little too late right now. 3rd and 3. Sean Bowe ready to take the snap here. He'll point it out. Hand off, and he's gonna get the push. He'll get there. That'll be the game. And Ramona gonna fall to 4 and 5. Mater Dei 6 and 2, a commanding lead over their division as they line up in victory formation and take the final snap. Your final score: 29 Mater Dei, 17 Ramona Rams. One last knee, and the clock will officially run out. A big divisional win there for Mater Dei as the Ramona Rams struggles continue. But just a great game all around for Mater Dei, and the woes for Ramona all over the field continue. And I think the biggest killer there is as a defense, you get 3 straight sustained drives of stops. You give up a field goal and then 2 punts, and in that span your offense can't do anything. But on the other hand, as the offense, you go down, you get a big score, and your defense can't pick you up. They can't get the stop for you, and it just feels like things aren't clicking together like they need to be. And Mater Dei likely is going to win this division. But a great day to be a Mater Dei fan, beating their rivals, the Ramona Rams. It's been a pleasure. Jay Wick and Jaden here are going to sign off. We will see you next week, where hopefully the Ramona Rams will get it together here.
One last thing before we go away. Great game by Bo. Hope to see a lot of bigger games from Bo and Drones. These are 2 QBs that you're gonna look to see for the next couple of years. And yeah, it was a good one. Till next time, as always, go Rams. Till the next one.